Welcome to Coach's Corner, everyone. Thanks for watching the show. I'm your host, Coach Tripp. As you know, oh my gosh, you're not going to believe it who we have. Special guest to my left, Dan Rashovich. Raz, it's great to have you on the show, man. What a blast we're going to have.
I can't believe we've connected after all these years, but you know what? 30 years feels like yesterday with you.
Oh my God, we just pick up right where we left off, folks. Dan Rashovich Dan is a 16-year. That's right, you heard me right. 16 years in the C.F.L. Lives now in Regina, Saskatchewan. He was born in Toronto. Went to Simon Fraser University, and if I'm not mistaken, Dan, you're a Grey Cup winner in '89. Do you have? You played the second most games in CFL history? Am I right?
Yep, as a defensive player.
Oh my God, 200? Is it 255?
Yeah, it's 255 regular season games. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot of games, man.
Dude, man, you look great for playing that many games. He was a linebacker, folks. Okay, he was my best friend in Toronto when I played there in '86. He was my roommate along with Mike Shoroshka. Yep. I said Shoroshka. Right. Oh my gosh, we were three of us in a 2-bedroom condo.
Yeah, it was great. Yeah. We lived with the Blue Jays too. The Blue Jays were in that same building with us. I remember that.
Oh my God! I remember taking Blue Jays gloves and wearing them in the games because we didn't have any.
I know. It was a great time, man. Some of the best times playing football with you. And especially the way you play.
Thanks, Raz. We're going to talk about that year. We're going to talk about our teammates too, but I want everybody to know your story. Growing up in Toronto, talk about mom and dad and how you got to Simon Fraser and your.
Yeah, I can tell that story. So, unlike here, I didn't start playing football till I was in grade 11.
Wow.
That was first time I played. I had high school buddies kind of bugging me, hey, you got to come out and play. And actually kind of what happened, I used to wrestle. So I ended up being second in Toronto in my weight class, and I was supposed to go Ontario championships. And then, but I got a kind of a scrap in my home room, and the junior football coach said, hey, you got to use that energy for something better. I had the guy choked out in the front of the class. So along with my friends and stuff kind of encouraging me, I came out halfway through the season in grade 11. And I guess fast forward a little bit there, then my last year in high school, there was this camp in Southern Ontario, the Toronto Argonauts put on, where 150 high schools could send 2 players. So my teammates were like, you got to go. And I didn't know anything really about, I used to watch, my favorite team was Arkansas Razorbacks, and I'd watch those teams and go, I could do that. I could do that. But I never played, right?
Did you play hockey? I mean, that's the national sport. Did you play hockey?
I played hockey. I did play hockey. I loved, my dream was to be in the NHL, or the Olympics, you know what I mean? Like I used to dream, I just loved sports as a kid, right?
Yeah,
I loved sports. It was my passion, So I remember my parents got divorced. I was 11 or 12. And my mom said, if you want to play sports, you have to do it in school, because we had no dough. We had no car. We had not, so I kind of I ran track, and, and then I started wrestling, and then my football started, and then I went to that camp, and all of a sudden all these kind of university scouts were there, and then I started getting all these letters, and they want to talk to me after practice, and I was like, oh my God, there's something to this. Well, I ended up going to Simon Fraser University, which was the only school in Canada. We played American teams, like a lot of maybe some 1AA, Division II, Big Sky schools, California. We played NAIA schools, and played there for 4 years. And then I got drafted into the C.F.L. And I remember the USFL was around back then, and I was getting letters from the USFL because the USFL scout came up to Simon Fraser, and he tested me and did it. And he just said to me, he goes, you know what? The reason I'm here, I was watching somebody else, and I saw you on film, and that's why I came up here.
Wow, that happens a lot. That happens a lot in recruiting. They see
Yeah.
somebody else on film and they start recruiting them.
So
So
it was
you get drafted by Toronto, actually, right in the first
Ottawa.
round.
Ottawa.
No, Ottawa. You get drafted by Ottawa.
13th pick. I was a 13th pick in '84 for Ottawa, and yeah,
You played that year for Ottawa?
played the full year. Started.
Then
I was a rookie. I started 10 games at middle linebacker.
How did they let you go to Toronto? What happened?
They traded me to Calgary in the off season, and the head coach there was a guy named Steve Barato, and they traded for a quarterback, a guy named Bernard Quarles, because J.C. Watts was our quarterback in Ottawa from Oklahoma. Right. I guess he was a senator, right? And so they traded me for a quarterback. Then I was in Calgary for about 2 weeks because the coach didn't like when I kind of gave some of the receivers or running backs a little bump. Hey, Trip, just to let them know I was there, right? The coach goes, "You do that one more time," with some creative words. And he goes, "I'm going to cut you or trade you." I called the huddle. I did it one more time. Flip floaters in the air.
So how'd you get from Calgary to Toronto? Because you played in Toronto in '85, and I got there in '86. How'd you get to Toronto?
Well, they traded me. They traded me to Toronto. From Calgary before the 85 season. So then I was in Toronto in '85 and '86.
So J.C. Watts also ended up in Toronto with us?
Yeah, that's right. In '86. Yeah, that's right. And then he got, and then Connor, yeah. So that's kind of my first 3 years were kind of crazy. I got kind of, then I got, and then, I mean, it goes on, then I had to try with the mini camp with the Raiders. I went in 87.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that.
Yeah.
How many years with Saskatchewan? How many? 87 to 99, 14?
13. Wow. 13 years, man.
Man, Ottawa, Calgary, Toronto, they all let you go, man. They had a Hall of Famer sitting right from them. Yeah, I know you couldn't play hockey, but you put up Gretzky-like numbers for football, Raz. I can't believe it, man. I never dreamed that you would play that long. And you went to so I go to Tampa Bay in '87. I left Toronto '87. And
they shouldn't have let you go.
Huh?
They shouldn't have let you go either.
No, they shouldn't have, man. They shouldn't have. I played all year, and right before the playoffs, they benched me. Right, but I played all year.
I know.
They benched me right before the playoffs. I was having a good year. They did crazy things up there in Canada. People don't realize it. Back then, there was only 15 Americans on a squad of 35, 40. How many Americans do they have now, Raz?
Ooh,
20, like 20?
It's more. Yeah, it's more.
Is it?
It gradually, it's kind of, things have gone up. I'd have to Google that. I don't remember. Yeah.
All right. So our time in Toronto was so fun. We were actually a good team. We're a playoff team. But Raz, I think we went out 2 months straight. We didn't drink every time we went out, but I think we went out for 2 months straight, you and I.
Yeah, we did.
Right. So all right, so let's talk about some of these records, man. You never, I think you might have gotten hurt a couple times because you never played less than 10 games in your 16-year career. 89, 93, and 94. Did you get hurt in those seasons?
First game of the season, starting outside linebacker, playing Calgary at home in '89. Kind of coming off the edge, and running back decides to cut me. So, I tweaked my knee, I guess. I tweaked my knee, and had some second-degree tears. So I was out for 6-7 weeks. And that was our Grey Cup year.
Man.
Yeah, there was a couple other, that was that one, and I don't know, some other seasons.
93, 94, you got hurt? But
I broke my we were Gizmo Williams. Do you remember him at all? Punt returner, played with the Eagles.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
In the NFL. So Gizmo tackling him on a punt cover. I was tackling him. My hand was coming around his back, but one of my teammates was coming full speed like a torpedo. My hand hit his helmet, and anyways, I shattered the knuckle off, put a couple pins in, and the doctor came in the room the next, because we were supposed to fly. That's when we had the American teams in the C.F.L. So we were supposed to fly to Sacramento, play the Sacramento Gold Miners. And our team doctor comes in our room, and I'm kind of passed out, and because it was a compound fracture. But I played the whole game with it broken. I played the whole game. They said, just wrap it up, man. Just wrap it up. And then the other one, you'll like this, Trip. We're playing the Stampeders here in Regina, Saskatchewan. Our field goal missed like a 50-yard field goal. I was on the short side of the field, but he missed it wide to the left. So it had to come down the field, and the guy named Alan Pitts was a receiver. Back then we could go aim for the head, right?
Oh yeah.
Kill the head, the body will die.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
I ear hold him, man. Well, but my legs swung around like a hockey stick. My heel hit the turf, and I broke my fibula.
Oh my God.
Well, I just thought, it was kind of sore, eh? Well, so I played the rest of the game with it from the second quarter on. It just hurt, the trainer, I go, well, it just hurts to cut. I can run straight pretty good though, so they took a picture at the end of after the game, and I could barely walk.
Right. That's Saskatchewan turf. I think in Toronto, I remember going out there, and I had to return punts and stuff that game. And I think they were trying for a 50-yard field goal, and they weren't even trying. They were trying to get the single because it was tied. Right. They kicked it over, and I got it like 18 yards deep in the end zone. I barely got it out for the tie. But I was sore for a week, Raz, a whole week in Saskatchewan. Man.
You don't want to give up the rouge. The rouge.
You got to have more than just an ankle that needs replacing. You got to have some other bangs and bruises, man.
Yeah, the knee, my right knee.
Yeah,
left ankle's not the best. I'm on a list for the knee.
We played hurt. Oh, I want to get this straight too. This story about playing hurt. Okay, I think we're. Gosh, I can't even. I think it was Hamilton. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Hamilton. And Willie Pless, our linebacker, all Big 8 linebacker, Willie Pless, collapsed my lung in that 1986 game. And I finished the game and picked off a pass, to win the game. And I spiked it, because you can do that up in Canada. I spiked it after that, and I fell down. Oh, my God, the DBs gave me so much shit in the film room the next day.
I remember that, man.
I said, dudes, I collapsed the lung.
Yep. I remember that after the game. Don't worry. Yeah.
Couldn't eat, couldn't drink, couldn't party, couldn't do anything, man. I couldn't even breathe. I couldn't sleep. I didn't sleep the whole night. And then I was in that 3rd-story boarding house, and I was carrying big luggage the next morning because we had to move in that condo the next morning. And I'm all the way down to my car down the road, and I hear Ma screaming like somebody just died. Oh, Paulie, you got to drive yourself to the hospital. You got a collapsed lung. I'm like, he goes, don't pick up anything heavy. I said, too late, Ma. I'm dying now.
I remember you playing hurt that whole game.
They held me out for a couple of games after that, right? And then Bob Obilovich, he comes back, and this is what I read in the paper, Raz. Well, if Tripoli comes back and knocks out a couple of the receivers, we'll be in good shape. Raz, you can't say that now.
No, I know, I know, man. Well, yeah.
All right, let's talk about some of our teammates. You know them better than I do because you played with probably some of them, man. Chris Woods, wide receiver, Auburn, so good and fast. Yep. Gerald Bayless at defensive line from Southern Miss. Dan Ferrone, the offensive lineman. I remember walking in, he's smoking a cigarette in there. I said, I like this guy already. Dan Ferrone. Marcellus Green, Kerry Parker, veteran. Cliff Hewitt, the Canadian, the big safety, Cliff.
Yep.
Don Moen, your buddy, your position buddy, Don Moen.
Yep.
Daryl Smith, Willie Pless was a great player.
Rodney Harding,
yes. And Mark Seal. Seal. He was from Halifax. He was Canadian, Mark
He's
Seal.
Canadian, but he played at Texas Tech. Mark
Oh, he
Seal.
did?
Yeah, played at Texas Tech.
Did he play a long time, obviously, in Canada, Mark?
Yeah, he had a good career. Yeah, Mark had a good career. Yeah. He had a good career. Rodney's in the Hall of Fame.
Oh, is he?
Harding. Yeah. So is Willie. Yeah.
So is Willie?
So is Willie. Oh, yeah.
Wow. How about Eddie Lowe, man? Alabama guy, Eddie Lowe.
Eddie, I played with him with the Riders. Eddie's
Was
not.
he good?
No, Eddie's not. But we have our own Hall of Fame here with the Riders, like our kind of Wall of Fame.
Yeah.
Eddie's in that. I got inducted in 2011.
Did you?
Which was pretty good. It was a lot of fun. Yeah.
Raz, why are kickers so different? I mean, obvious reasons, the contact, but man, they're so strange. All the kickers I had from high school to college to pro, I don't know, because they can't get all riled up like we do, or fine motor skills like golf swing. Why is kickers so weird?
Yeah, they're even a lot of them are even physically different, hey? Not just mentally.
They're big. They're bigger. That's right. We had some big round kickers, or at least our kicker was. A punter wasn't. All right, man. So you played second most games in CFL history on defense. Who was the toughest O lineman you had to ever go up against?
Man, I don't know. That's tough, man.
You got a couple in mind?
Got guys like Chris Walby, Miles Gurrell. Remember Miles? For Hamilton?
Beast.
They were kind of bookends. They were both what? They were both 6'6" and above like 320 or 3. They were massive, man. Like they were just, hey, you need extra time just to get around them. They're so big. Yeah, they were some pretty good. They were some pretty good players. Those guys. There's no doubt.
Man, did you? I know in 1999 was your last year, and I think Sarkisian was there. Did you play with Sark your last year?
I think he was there, but I did play with Steve. Yeah, I played with Steve. Yeah, it's pretty amazing what he's done with his career. Wow, watching him do so well. He's coaching. He was at USC, right?
Right.
He was USC, and I remember watching him there. And
he was drinking too much, just like we were back then. And then, and then he got and then Coach Saban, took him in right at Alabama, and because he was smart. Saban would learn just like Coach Bryant did. Danny learned from other people, right? Who did you learn from? Who did you learn to be a pro in CFL? Who did you lean on?
It's funny, when you first kind of gotta. I think a lot of times, I kind of learned I feel like I learned on my own a lot too. Actually the first I'll be honest. No, my first coach, his name was Don Southern.
Yeah.
My rookie year, remember he called me up one day and said, "Hey." First he called me and said, for a beer. He called me and said, "Get your ass down here. If you don't get here, I'm going to cut you." So I met him for a beer. I did meet him for a beer because his nickname was Suds. Don Southern. His nickname was Suds.
You gotta love to play for a guy like that. Suds.
So Sudsy, he's in the Canadian Football Hall of Fame as well.
Yeah.
What it was he wanted to talk to me about being a pro and what he got to, watching film. So he had me every morning watching film with him. And so, that was kind of the beginning. It was my first year as a rookie, just watching more film and understanding the game and the nuances of the game. But then you got to figure it out yourself too, with your own abilities in terms of how much you think you can cheat maybe to do certain things, to get to certain angles and certain coverages. And because you have to understand, then you got to understand the player you're playing against with their speed and etc. So, that you got to combine all those things to make some of those things work. Right.
Yeah. You got to find the edge, man. You got to have, have tough guys. That's what I loved about you, man. That's why we got along so good off the field. Bill Baker saw something in you, told you the team needed more toughness when you got to Saskatchewan, because I think that you guys hadn't been to the playoffs in like 11 years.
Yeah.
And you said you had a bunch of tough guys on those Saskatchewan teams.
Yeah,
Talk
we
about
did.
some of those. Talk about
Oh.
some of your teammates that were so good.
First one, well, we mentioned Eddie Lowe. Well,
Yeah.
Eddie Lowe's from Alabama.
Yep.
And I heard that Bear Bryant.
Did he win the Grey Cup with you?
He did, yes.
He did.
Yeah, we won the Grey Cup together.
You were linebacker, so you were in the linebacker room with him for years and years.
Yep. Eddie was quiet. Eddie was
he was quiet. Yeah. So did he ever talk about his older brother Woodrow?
A little, but again, he was quiet. Like he wasn't real chatty. You know what I mean? Like, I heard stuff. He wasn't. My locker was right beside him. Like here, and then like I heard that Bear Bryant said that Eddie was one of the best athletes he ever coached. That was something I've heard, and we all kind of heard that in the locker room too. And but I guess kind of one thing, Eddie, like he never drank, eh?
No,
Eddie never drank. So he'd ask me, "What's it like getting drunk?" So I had to give him the play-by-play, one beer at a time.
Oh, that's hilarious, Raz. Oh my gosh. He had to spew some Bear Bryant stories though for you, I bet, once in a while, man.
And watching Eddie laugh, the way he laughed when he laughed hard, was funny in itself, eh? Especially when I was describing what it's the process in getting drunk.
Oh, jeez. All right, some of your other teammates that were tough. You had some tough DBs on that team.
Well, Dave Albright, our middle linebacker.
Yeah.
Played at San Jose State. Played in the USFL before he came up here.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was tough, man. He played hurt all the time.
Oh,
he recovered. When we won the Grey Cup in the Western Final, Tracy Ham, we came with a safety blitz, and Eddie hit Ham. Ham fumbled. Dave picked it up. We ran it back for a touchdown to the end zone. Dave was tough.
Was that the freezing ass cold Western Final that you talk about? Because it was snowing, blizzard, -10 without the wind chill factor. Your mouth was frozen trying to give the calls, and you were like mic'd up or something for the game, and you have absolutely no memory of it, no memory of the game.
I went back and watched the game, and I'm like, all those things happened. Oh my God, I don't remember any of it, like none. Like we get a sack, covering a fumble. Like I don't remember any of it, man. Like there's just so many games.
So cold. How do you have to get your mind right to be in that cold? Because I'll tell you a story. We went up when I was at Alabama. We went up to Foxborough Stadium in late November, and all those guys from Alabama never even stood in 0-degree weather, and we got our ass kicked up there. Because it was Cornelius Bennett played 12 years in Buffalo. I asked him the coldest game he ever played in. He said that BC game in Foxborough.
Wow. Yeah.
The wind was whipping 40 miles an hour. The power went out. The TV feed went out. Hot Raz. Some of my teammates, I was giving it to Biscuit. I said, "Man, you guys were so cold. You just wanted TV timeouts to warm up." And I was laying into my teammates. Saying, "Hey, trying to get warm. Worry about the guy in front of you." Raz, you ran into dozens of games like that in the CF.
We played lots up here, right? Because our season ends in November, right? So in November, anything after Halloween here, who knows what you're going to get? You get good or bad. It just depends, It just depends on the weather, right? But it's beautiful here now. It's beautiful.
Yeah,
but hey, another tough teammate, James Curry. He was one of our D linemen.
He played in Toronto. James Curry was mean.
He could be a good guy, or he could be an axe murderer.
That's what I think, Raz. That's why we got along so good. We just like to turn it on and off like that, didn't we? We love to have fun. But man, when it was between the lines, get the hell out of the way, or you're going to get hurt.
Oh, don't be standing around, hey.
Don't be standing around.
Don't be standing around, man. I think. Do you remember? I remember Willie. You might have been there. I think sometimes we stand over a guy after we took him down. We go, "Get up, boy! Game's not over yet." Oh man.
Oh gosh, man,
Tough guys, man.
Such good times. So afterwards, after you retire, and what prompted you to retire? Because in '99, you still you might have even been starting, but you played a lot. Was it injury? Was it that timing right? What what was the impetus for you to retire?
I was just, my body was done. Yeah. My body was done. I just, you know what? I was 38.
Wow.
You know, I just.
Oh, Raz, I don't know how you did it.
Hurt my shoulder actually beginning of the season. We were in Hamilton and I tore some labrum and I think I had a ligament. So in the off season, I had shoulder surgery. My labrum stapled it, and you know what? I just knew I just wasn't going to recover fast enough, and I wasn't going to come back. And that was a bad year for the team overall, you know. And we had new coaches. We had new coaches coming in. And you know what? It was time.
It was time.
I knew it was time, right? I just couldn't. You know what? Just couldn't play to the same level. You know, just couldn't play that level that you need. That's needed. You just can't. Yeah.
Raz,
that's okay though.
Yeah, that is okay. Yeah, it is okay.
Yeah, it's okay. Damn right.
You actually got a regular job in the gas industry after that. You raised your family. Talk about your two boys and bringing your girl back to Regina.
Yeah,
Calgary,
so
right?
you know, I got 3 children. I got 2 boys. I got 2 boys in Calgary. I got a daughter. You know, 2 boys with my first wife. You know, so when I was done football, I wanted to go to Calgary to be close to them.
Right.
And me and my current wife Laura, we went to Calgary, lived there for 12 years. We had a daughter. I always promised my wife that we'd come back to Saskatchewan, so that our daughter can have a relationship with her grandparents here. So so I kind of waited till, you know, my boys were kind of more like 16, 17, and you know, then we just moved back here. But like you said, I was working for a company called Baker Hughes, 3rd largest oil and gas service provider in the world. You know, Schlumberger's 1, Schlumberger's 1, Halliburton's 2, and then there's Baker Hughes. And I tell you, great company, man. Great company.
Good for you, man. Yeah, because look at that, 16-year C.F.L. vet. We didn't get paid much back then, Raz.
No,
money was not the issue. We had the love of the game, didn't we?
Loved playing the game. Loved every down. Every down.
That's why you played so long.
Yeah, 100%. Hey, when you cross that line, right? It's another world. Everything you do out there is legal.
Man, I played 1 year in the NFL, and I kind of regret. You know, people say they have no regrets. Oh, come on, man. You're lying to other people and you're lying to yourself. I wish I'd have gone back to Canada and played, man, because I had so much fun up there.
Yeah.
And, but there was the American thing was just driving me crazy, you know, the American rule. And it was just a hard deal to move all the time, you know, little kids, you know how hard it is to move around. And what do your boys like to do? Are they athletes?
No, they're not. Nope. One's still living at home with his mom, and he's, you know, he had leukemia when he was about 21.
Wow.
Or 20. Yeah, so he's kind of going. You know, it's good now, but you know, that was a challenge as well. You know, and then my other son, you know, he's just in school right now, and my daughter's in university right now here at the University of Regina. Taking forensic psychology. Yeah.
Wow, the smart one. Yeah.
I hear you, man. So
the thinker. The thinker.
That's good.
No, so you got no grandkids?
No grandkids. I know.
Wait till you get grands, dude.
Let's hope so soon.
Yeah.
I'm not getting any younger.
You're 64. Hey, 64 is the new 54, brother.
Yeah. I hear you, man. I think, remember we were talking about getting drafted 3 times? I got drafted 3 times.
Tell everybody how that's even possible for you to be the only person in CFL history to be drafted 3 times.
So we had the C.F.L draft, so there was that, right? The Canadian College draft.
Yeah.
Then we had this equalization draft in '87, where the teams that weren't so good could take good players from the other teams. So they had this equalization draft. So Montreal had picked me in that. So then, it's going back when we talked about, I went to some mini camps with the Raiders. Well, I got released and didn't go to the main camp, but I missed a big chunk of main training camp up here.
Right.
So I ended up going to Montreal, but training camp was in Halifax. They had it in Halifax. So went there. Then we're going on the finished training camp preseason. We're on the bus to go play the Argos to the airport. Well, turned the bus around, team folded. So then we had a dispersal draft. That's when we had the dispersal draft. So that's when that's 87 as well. So that's when I ended up with Saskatchewan Roughriders. And that's when you brought up Bill Baker, because Bill Baker's nickname, if you Google it, is the Undertaker. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, because back when he played, you could clothesline quarterbacks. Head slapping and clotheslining were legal. Well, he took 3 Edmonton quarterbacks out one game, and he got this nickname, Bill Baker, the Undertaker. So Dick Adams.
So he knew toughness. That's why he wanted tough guys. He knew toughness.
That's what he said. The team we needed to got certain type of culture. We need to be way tougher and da 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 da. Well, he put this team together, and so I got there in '87. Then '88 we made the playoffs. First time in 11 years, home playoff game. Next year we win the Grey Cup, and then we made the playoffs for the next few years in a row.
Yeah.
But then that group of guys, you know how it goes.
Yeah. They change over. Yeah. After 3 years,
it turns over, right?
Yeah.
And then at quarterback, we really struggled at quarterback. We had 2 really good quarterbacks, a guy named Kent Austin.
Oh yeah, I remember him.
Ole Miss. He played it from Ole Miss.
Ole Miss. That's right. Ole Miss guy.
Yeah. And then
who was your Grey Cup? Was he your Grey Cup quarterback?
He was our Grey Cup quarterback.
Yeah.
Yep. And then, but we also had another good one named Tom Burgess, and Tom he was amazing too. So we were lucky to have 2 guys, because over the course of a season, you know what it's like. Hey, you lose a good quarterback, boy, your season go downhill pretty quick.
It's exactly right. That's why we had Conridge Holloway and JC Watts, 2 on the same squad. Now they were a little bit older, but
I know.
Man, they were so good. Flutie played up there. You play against Flutie?
Watts, Jeff Garcia, Flutie. I got to play against.
Tell me you beat him more times than I beat him.
We beat him. I mean, we played him here in Regina in front of 50,000 people. We had the Grey Cup here, hosting the Grey Cup in 1995, and we beat them here in front of 50,000. I sacked them twice. I got them twice that game. Hey,
did you really? You got Flutie twice that game?
I got him 7 times in my career.
Oh yeah, attaboy. That way to get some revenge, because I went 0 for 2 at Bama against them.
You know what? Never got a good hit on him.
No.
Never.
I'm
just happy I got him. Like you're not getting. It's like a feather. It's like trying to grab a feather. It's like, that as soon as you go to grab it, it's like, oh, he's over here now. No. Yeah.
You grab him and kind of pushes him away.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Gosh.
I had the privilege to play against some really good quarterbacks up here, like Jeff Garcia. He ended up playing with the 49ers and the Eagles, and he was an all-pro in the NFL, and obviously Flutie, and I had some pretty good quarterbacks.
They had some great ones. Yeah, had some great ones that played up there. Warren Moon won 3 Grey Cups, 4 Grey Cups?
Well, he was part of the Eskimos that won 5 in a row, but he was part of Josh Cupville. Yeah. They won 5
People
in a
don't
row.
realize. People don't realize. I had Quadarius Ford. He's a local guy from here in Pensacola. Quadarius Ford played for the Toronto Argonauts when they won the Grey Cup the last time, about 4 years ago, 5 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, and that was he had a ring on, and I said that's got to have 100 diamonds. He said 105, and I went for 105th Grey Cup.
Yep, isn't that
so
crazy?
They're almost on 110 now, aren't they?
Yeah, it's amazing. The Grey Cup, like the championship, in terms of football.
Yeah, longer than the NFL, a lot longer.
Longer than the NFL, and back in the day, the C.F.L. used to play games against the NFL. They used to play some games in the 50s and stuff, I heard.
Oh, did they? Did they really?
Yeah, they played some games. Yeah. But you know what? You brought up Chris Woods.
Yeah.
So, Chris, we both went to those mini camps together with the Raiders.
Oh, you did? In 87?
Yeah.
Well, I left after 3 or 4 games in 87, right? And then I went right down to Tampa, and I left there. I left there after like 3, 4 games. Did you leave there too, right after I left? When did you?
I didn't play 87.
You didn't?
No, I went to those mini camps, and then I went to the Alouettes.
Oh, you went straight to the Raiders?
And then they folded, and then I ended up with the Riders about 3 games into the 87 season when you were with Tampa Bay.
Wow, man!
Yeah,
holy wow!
I kept my suitcases packed my first 3 years. Yes, I did.
I did too, Raz. I was moving all over Cleveland, Toronto, Tampa Bay. I was all over too. Matter of fact, the trucks. I told Dana the trucks were heading to Toronto because I had gotten a house up there in '87, and then they put me on the practice squad or something. Or I don't know. No, I was playing free safety or something, and they said we're going to put a Canadian in this week, and I get that call from Perkins that very week. So I told the movers they were heading up north, turn around and go to Tampa. Yeah, go to Tampa. Just go to my dad's condo. That's where I lived that whole year. Yeah. I had my daughter Amanda had the other bedroom. My dad had the one bedroom, and my wife and I slept on a pull-out couch the whole year I was in the NFL.
Wow. Well, yeah. Well.
That's the kind of stuff.
I know. It's crazy, hey?
It's crazy, man. It's so good to see you, Raz. I'm so glad we caught up, man. It's just like old times, we hadn't missed a beat.
Yeah, there's our there's our 89 Grey Cup ring here. I just kind of.
Yeah, let's see that baby.
How's that work there? Okay. So this ring 43 diamonds in it because score was 43-40.
Wow.
So we put 43 diamonds in for one for every point we scored. That's what we did.
Well,
the
defense was just trying to I was a defensive coordinator one year, and I looked at the head coach and I said, Coach, we're just going to have to outscore him. Yeah. That's the worst thing you want to hear from a defensive coordinator. Hey, a win's a win, baby.
Yeah. There's a big game this weekend here in Regina. The Hamilton Tiger Cats are coming in to play. Coming in to play the Riders on Saturday at 1. The stadium holds 33,000. It's a brand new stadium. It's beautiful, beautiful. It's amazing, and it's pretty much sold out for this game coming up because Hamilton's first in the East and we're first in the West.
Wow, how exciting, man!
Yeah,
how great!
It's pretty exciting. It is pretty exciting,
You're a city councilman, so keep the city. You've never been one to stay on the sidelines and critique. If you've ever read that that speech by Theodore Roosevelt in the arena, you've never been one to stay out of the arena, man. You've always been one to jump in and make things happen, Raz.
Thanks, Trip. Thanks.
Yeah, I miss you, man. I hope to see you soon. Let's plan on Iron Bowl next year. Not this year, but next year.
I'd love to catch an NFL game. You catch the Iron Bowl, and
we'll go to New Orleans. You've never been to New Orleans. We'll go to New Orleans.
No, I've only been to Shreveport. I think New Orleans would be better. We got those American teams. There's a team in Shreveport. The Pirates.
Great to see you, Raz. Great to see you, man. So proud of you, man. I can't believe my best friend in Toronto turned out to be a Hall of Famer. But you checked all the boxes, brother. So I'm so proud of you.
I was lucky to be around some good people.
Yeah.
You.
All right, Raz. Yeah. Love you, Raz.
Hey, buddy.
Love you, bud. So long.
See you, man.
See you. Man, well, that was awesome. Dan Rashovich, a Hall of Fame. You're going to be a Hall of Famer, man. He just second most games played, and probably leading tackler in C.F.L history. Definitely leading special team tackler in CFS history because he played every special team. Linebacker. You usually don't see linebackers playing 16 years in any league, but he is one tough cookie, man. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for all these great messages. Without these sponsors, this just wouldn't be possible. We're going to be announcing some new advertisers coming up, and we're rolling along. Have a great sports weekend, everybody. See ya.
There's a reason why Hill Kelly in Pensacola is the #1 selling Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram dealer between Jacksonville and New Orleans. While other dealers have taken advantage of a competitive market with higher prices, Hill Kelly has discounted prices to the lowest of the year. And Hill Kelly in Pensacola won't surprise you with excessive charges beyond the selling price. Come see why people from Milton, Pace, Foley, Bay Minette, Daphne, Gulf Shores, Mobile, and beyond are driving to Hill Kelly in Pensacola to buy their next new Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram. At Hill Kelly, the bottom line price and your satisfaction are what really matter. So before you sign, check the bottom line and make the trip to Hill Kelly in Pensacola to see what true local ownership can do for you. At Hill Kelly Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Highway 29 in Car City, Pensacola. Or shop online 24/7 at hillkellydodge.com. When it comes to bottom line pricing, nobody beats a Hill Kelly deal. Nobody.
That's you trying to fix the plumbing yourself to save a few bucks. Doing things yourself doesn't always end well. The same goes for insurance. That's why Auto Owners works with local independent agents who tailor coverage to meet your needs and offer discounts for life, home, car, and business insurance. Because sometimes you need a professional to get the job done right. That's simple human sense.
Are you riding around in a filthy vehicle? Dirty car no more. Visit Ronnie's Car Wash today to get it shining in no time. They have 3 convenient locations with another coming soon. The unlimited monthly wash packages start as low as $14.95 per month with free vacuums, multi-purpose spray, and towels. Visit them in Gulf Breeze, Navarre, Fort Walton, and soon Crestview. Don't wait, wash today. Be sure to see Ronnie's Car Wash on Facebook to see the latest specials and discounts. You'll be riding and shining in no time.
75 years of service and high tech today. It's Pensacola Glass Company at 433-8348. High tech is a term often applied to advanced services and products in today's marketplace. And today, glass is much more than a simple painted brittle, see-through stuff we hit baseballs through when we were kids. Glass is now a product with unique flexibility in both performance and application. And Pensacola Glass Company is growing right along. That's Pensacola Glass Company at 433-8348.